a list of things that are going on at the Villa, one of which is on right now, and I'm going to see tomorrow night, and I'm really excited because it's based on one of my favourite Christmas movies ever, which of course is Elf the Musical. It's final night tomorrow, Sarah, I think.
Yeah, 2nd December it ends. I watched it a couple of nights ago for the relaxed performance, and my cheeks hurt from smiling. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and everyone's excitement and energy on stage and the songs just make for a really lovely start to however you want to celebrate festivity. And I think that's a fair thing to say for our programme. It's festive magic for all, so to speak, in terms of a very varied and diverse offering, however you want to celebrate the next kind of 6 weeks or so of time.
And what's it like for you watching something like Elf, which of course is local productions, you know, featuring local talent, and coming and seeing what that is like, coming back to the Isle of Man and seeing the level of talent over here?
Oh, but pride and I guess as well, just like, I'm so incredibly impressed by the bravery and the skill of these people doing these things, and the amount of time they'd have taken to get this thing on stage, the kind of the precision of the dancers, the singing, all these amazing collective movements showing New York. I mean, I could watch it all day, really, if that was my job, just to watch those people doing those things. I mean, I'm happy anyway, but I'd be even more happy if I could do that all the time.
And it's always something really magical about seeing the Gaiety Theatre transformed the way it is. And they've obviously got some fantastic sets over as well, haven't they? Which is great.
Yeah, very much so. And all that team, I always try and pop backstage to see the team during the interval, and you've got the people on the fly floor who are dropping the kind of screens down in different bits of set. You've got the dresses, you've got the costume. It's just all those cogs is absolutely beautiful. You're seeing a choreographed sequence on stage, but backstage you've got this amazing choreography happening as well to enable this show to come to life. So it's really wonderful. And I'd recommend definitely trying to catch it before it closes.
Yeah, definitely. I was so keen to go, and I was so slow to get my tickets. By the time I got my tickets, me and my sister are actually sitting apart from each other. We don't care because we just want to go see it. I mean, Sean, you must, obviously you've been working in the Villa for many years now, but you mustn't ever tire of seeing that when the theatre changes or the Villa changes and it becomes an entirely different place.
That's it, and Sarah's just touched on it. I think for us, every single show brings a different experience, and each show is truly unique as well. And it's a bit of a big word to use, but really as well, when you're watching something, the sign of a good show, and Sarah's just touched on it, is it really can be a transformative experience, because you forget where you are, you forget your troubles for 2 hours, and you really are transported to whatever they're trying to create. And you can definitely see that with Elf in terms of like its magic and just seeing the awe on kids' faces and stuff on certain scenes. I won't spoil it, but obviously there's some really good scenes that really sort of capture the moment.
And of course there is Elf, which of course tomorrow night's the final night. However, it's not the only Christmas show, is it?
No, we've got quite a few Christmas shows actually. I know Mark Tiley interviewed them earlier this week on his show, but we've got Vladimir and Anton in the Gaiety next week, Wednesday, which is the 6th of December, with their Four Seasons Explained and Viennese Christmas show. This show has been to the Gaiety a couple of times now, but it is a truly magical event in terms of classical music. If you're a classical fan, a show not to be missed. But even if you're not a classical fan, I remember a couple of years ago them doing a performance of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. Honestly, has to be seen and heard to be believed. It was just amazing. Like, we're talking like toe tingling sort of thing. It was really magical. So that is really not one to be missed. They'll be joined by some popular soloists and stuff, and it's just, Sarah touched on it earlier, it's whatever your festive fancy is really. What makes Christmas magical for you? And for some people, that classical music, the classical songs, that is Christmas for them. And obviously that's what we tried to achieve with our programme this year, because there is, hopefully, different festive things for different people's tastes.
And actually a perfect example of that, I think, because I've been to see it and also been very lucky to be involved with it a couple of times. Manallin's Winterfest sums that up, doesn't it? Because, Sarah, it has so many different things on the go.
Yeah, very much so. And personally, I'm really excited for that one on the 8th of December, because for me, it's a deep dive into the beautiful things to do with Manx festivity and Christmas and folklore, and the amazing musical talent we have in terms of musicians and other artists coming together for this kind of fiesta and feast of all these things happening in terms of Manx cultural identity during this winter time. So I'm really looking forward to that, so I can reconnect to all those things and then share those stories with my kids in terms of everything to look forward to about being in this community for this time of year.
It's a great event from that point of view. And then, Sean, we've got the panto.
We have got the panto, yeah, which is obviously big one in our sort of festive calendar, in fact in our whole calendar of the year. It's the sort of flag in the ground where it showcases a mixture of local and of course UK talent. This year the Panto has been brought to us by Stage Ed, and it is Aladdin for those of you living under a rock, because I feel like Aladdin is everywhere at the moment, as it should be. It's everything that you would hope for in a Panto. It's enchanting, it's traditional, it's family orientated. Of course, there'll be the usual humour in there as well. And this particular production will see our beloved characters, obviously including the likes of Aladdin, Widow Twankey and Wishy Washy, travelling through the bustling streets of Peel. So obviously it's not to be missed. And I think for me, Sarah's just touched on it again earlier, Panto for us as an organisation really is that gateway to theatre, especially for young children and families. It might be for many the first sort of foray into watching live performance, and we kind of really want to embrace that with both hands and grab it and encourage people to come and attend, because we acknowledge that theatre can actually be a little bit daunting for families, especially with younger kids. So please do, if you haven't already tried to come along to the Panto in the past, maybe this is the year that you try it, which leads us nicely, Sarah, into relaxed performance.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, relaxed performances are really common now worldwide, and we're really proud to be able to offer a version of that for the community here. Relaxed performances are essentially that. They're a more relaxed environment in which to see the show, that the lights are slightly more raised in the auditorium. You can get up and move around. You can go out to a more chill out setting outside if you need to take a break. My daughters haven't got any access needs, but I absolutely rely on relaxed performances to enable me as a parent with young kids to feel more comfortable in a setting that actually I'm really familiar with. But my kids want to be able to move around and get excited, have a little dance, talk to me and ask, what's going on stage? Wow, what happened? And that relaxed performance, which is on the 28th of December, absolutely is about inviting anyone with any kind of access needs at all to come to the theatre, give it a go. Our staff are incredibly welcoming, and we want to have everyone to have that magical first experience, or second or third or fourth, but that magical experience in the building that is everyone's. It's that national space that everyone should enjoy.
It absolutely is. And of course with Pantos as well, what you often find is there is sort of theme or a link or a topical kind of relevant element to whatever's been going on this year. It's been a bit pink this year, shall we say, Sean? Do you think there's going to be any reference to a certain doll?
I think so. I'm glad you brought that up, Christy, actually, because Sarah and I have obviously seen the script. We are really excited. There's some laugh out loud moments. There's obviously, as you would hope, they're really leaning into the whole Manx community, placing it
they do it
in the
so
place
well.
that we live. Yeah, and there might be certain pink pop songs that you would really enjoy. Now, I just said might there. Maybe a song that you're about to play might be in the Panto, but you'd have to turn up and watch.
Well, I'm going to play it anyway, and maybe because it's Christmas, it will magic it into being.
I
Fingers
really
crossed.
hope so.
Let's
I'm
hope
99% sure.
We'll chat more about all of the other bits and bobs coming up at the Villa Gaiety after this, but let's get her on. Bit of Dua Lipa. This scene in that film is just amazing. If you're a Barbie fan, enjoy.
Baby, you